everyone, my name's Florence and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my favourite plants in my collection. Obviously these are always chopping and changing, and yeah, I mean it depends what's putting out new growth and new leaves and what's doing well for me, what's not. They tend to chop and change all the time. Obviously I get new plants in my collection quite a lot, so yeah, it really depends, but these are kind of my stable favourite plants in my collection. They're always my favourites and always up there in my top 10. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. But quickly, before we do, if you don't follow me on Instagram to get regular updates on my plant collection and just have a chat, then definitely check me out. I'll leave the link in the description. And also my heart-shaped leaves merch arrived, and the t-shirt is incredible quality. It's so soft and yeah, it's just really cute. So, thanks Rachel. Anyway, let's crack on with this video. Okay, so the first plant in my favourite houseplant collection is this monkey tail cactus. They're absolutely incredible. They look like, well, they are cacti, but the cool thing about these is that you can grab them and stroke them and not get spikes all over you or spiked so it hurts. They're really cool. They do actually feel like what I imagine a monkey tail feels like. Yeah, absolutely amazing plants. They shine kind of silver because of all the spikes on them. And yeah, I really recommend these. They're kind of child friendly as well. Don't need much water, don't need massive amount of light. They can be kept in north windows and still be perfectly happy. And give you a close up on the foliage. It's just really, really cool. I mean, they look like they're outlined by kind of a halo of spikes, but the new growth comes in super green and obviously fuzzes out the older it gets. So yeah, definitely recommend this. Again, like I said, it doesn't spike you, which I find absolutely amazing, so you can pick it up and water it quite easily. If you get caught in it, you don't have to worry, but I really, really love these plants. They're absolutely amazing. Okay, so you guys have heard me talk about this quite a lot. This is my Rattlesnake Calathea. It is just so unfussy. It does have some browning of the leaves, which I think is fine as far as Calatheas go. But honestly, the pattern on this, it was cheap. It sits under the skylight, gets water, as and when I walk past with the watering can. And the undersides of the leaves are this incredible kind of maroony purple, and it's just a really, really striking plant. This gets showered every once in a while to get some of the dust off, but honestly I don't really do anything special for this plant. It's just a really quite amazing plant. I mean, look at that foliage. So yeah, this is always in my top 10 because it's so easy to care for. It's, absolutely striking. Yeah, it's really cool, and it probably is also up there because I can keep a Calathea alive more than a week. Okay, this doesn't have a ring light on it, so it's not going to be as clear as the other shots. But this is a type of Huperzia. I'll put the name on the screen now. This is just so unusual and so different to any other plant in my collection. I absolutely love it. The way that it grows is it gets one strand, splits off, and then splits off again. You can see probably on this one how it does that. So it's constantly growing. They do send out these kind of bead type looking necklace chain parts, which you can see slightly split into new, or like open up into new leaves. You can see on this one quite well actually, as to what they do, and they tend to open up from the bottom and work their way up, which is really cool. They're super easy to care for. I've got mine sat next to my humidifier, so it does get constant humidity of around 70%, and I water it with water that's been sat out for a couple of days just so that all the chemicals can evaporate, because they can be quite delicate. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing. Water it once every 3 days, sits near the humidifier. It's a really exciting, different plant, which I thought would actually be quite difficult to keep alive. And they were in shipping for ages. I think they were in shipping for 2 weeks or more, up to 30 days actually, depending on whether the tracking is accurate. And yeah, it was just so resilient. I do have it in a really quite complex mix compared to all of my others, but I say that all of my other plants are in a mix of houseplant soil or outdoor soil with perlite, and that's it. I have all of my arrowheads in that sort of mix, all of my begonias, everything. Things can't be fussy in my home. But I did make the exception for this and for my Queen Anthurium. I've got sphagnum moss, orchid bark, charcoal, perlite, and some other stuff which I'll list on the screen. But yeah, really, really recommend this plant if you can get your hands on it. Okay, my next favourite plant is the whalefin Sansevieria mother plant that I've got. It is absolutely massive. You can see that I've just actually dusted its leaves, but the patterns on it are insane. I really like how the edges get that kind of vibrant orange brown dryness, and it is so resilient, honestly guys. I repot this probably about 18 months ago again. Didn't actually cover the root ball, which is pretty bad, but it's pushing out so much new growth. You can see there's a little baby here. If I spin it around, there's another little baby coming through here, another one there. Honestly, these can tolerate pretty much anything. This has been in a mixture of either southwest sun or in my north-facing bedroom window. So when I got it, it was probably all about this size, and those grew absolutely massive when I put it in the southwest room. It wasn't getting direct sun all day, and yeah, it's just done really well. I bought this from Capital Gardens at Alexandra Palace, and I really, really like the staff up there, so that definitely helps. But I've shared this plant around so much. I've given cuttings and sold to people, and yeah, it really is just a plant that keeps on giving and can tolerate just about anything. And you can probably see from my hand here just how massive it is. I can't really show you the larger leaves, but yeah, absolutely get one of these if you can. Keep them in fairly small pots so they push out more growth, and they're not working on their root system, and that's one way to get a much fuller plant. Yeah, absolutely love this one, really couldn't fault it. It's always in my top 10 because it's really structural and just adds a bit of oomph and darkness to every room that I seem to put these in. So this is Manihot Grahamii. It's quite easy to see why I'm absolutely in love with this plant. There's actually two in this pot, and I grew these from seed. I did actually have one of these from Eastern Tropicals, which was more mature, and it was completely my fault that it died. I should have pruned it back before dormancy, which I didn't do. So I ended up getting seeds, and you can slightly see here as to what the leaves get like. I'll insert a mature picture here and a picture of my last one. But I've actually got 3 of these on the go now. They are absolutely stunning. And yeah, they're just really, really cool plants. Really recommend these to anybody who can get their hands on them. Here in Europe, they're a bit rarer than they are in the States. I think in the States they're quite common. But these are absolutely amazing, and the reason that it's in my top favourite is because I've managed to get my hands on more seeds. 3 out of 5 seeds took. I'm still waiting on the other 2, hopefully, as one just popped up last week. These are really, really exciting plants and definitely in my top 10 of all time. Okay, the final plant in my favourites of all time is my Fern-Leaf cactus. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name, but I'll put it on the screen now. You can see just how massive it is, and there's several reasons for why I absolutely love this plant. The first one is because it was from the Cactus shop, which is one of my all-time favourite nurseries, and it's had battles with quite a few different pests, you can see on here, but honestly, everything that I buy from the Cactus shop I absolutely love. It's got these amazing, well, I call them leaves, they're not actually leaves, but the foliage is absolutely insane, and it's really easy to care for. It sits in the back of my lounge. I'll show you what it looks like on the wires, but honestly it's such an easy plant. I give this, water. About once a week I'll give it a good soak and a shower, and you can see that it's really just pushed out all of this new growth this summer. And yeah, it's just a really cool plant that I absolutely love. And I don't know if you can see the shadows over here, but when I've got the grow lights on occasionally, you get these shadows all over the walls, and it really does feel like you're in a jungle. It's also the only fern looking plant that I can keep alive, which probably is another reason that I'm super in love with this plant. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Definitely recommend it to everybody that can get their hands on one. Really don't overpay for these. I think I paid £24 for this. It was 4 leaves, and yeah, all of this is new growth. You can see all of the new growth points coming out of the last leaves. That's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Yes, I know that my caladiums desperately need watering. We're going away tomorrow, so that's why I've left it until they're like that. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments about anything that I said in this video, let me know down below, and also let me know your favourite plants, because I'd be really interested to know that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. But I'll see you next week. Bye!